Hey everyone, as you may or may not know, purple is going to be so hot, or is hot, this fall season. Now, I know some of you don't always have the means necessary to get the higher ends that I sometimes talk about. I'm sorry. So I figured I'd do a nice review on purple eyeshadows you can find in the drugstore. Now, some of you have told me that you can't find purple eyeshadow that has the proper pigmentation that you need. So one thing I would say is that if you want to get your drugstore products to look like higher end products, invest in a primer. I'm telling you, once you have that primer, you can turn any eyeshadow into kind of pure magic. Well, not any, but you know what I mean. You have more luck with it. My favorite is the Mironess Sexy Secret Primer. But you can get other primers in the drugstore, or even get a primer from e.l.f. Cosmetics, which will run you anywhere from like $1 to $3. So get one of those and you're set. And $1 to $3 is pretty decent. Though if you invest in one like this, it'll last you for quite a long time, and it also helps to kind of like blank out your eye, like kind of give you like a smooth surface, give you that light color that will help the color to really show and pop on the lid. Another product I would say invest your money in is the NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil in Milk, because that shade, once you just put that on, you blend it up to your brow, also works to do the same thing, and that's also a pretty cheap product. So let's talk about some of my purple picks. I'm not sure how many of these are still in drugstores or if they're in drugstores internationally. So I would say most of them are, but some of them may or may not be depending on your drugstore. So let's start with the L'Oreal Infallible Perpetual Purple. Now this shade is great. You don't need any primer. This is one of the few shades. You don't need any primer, and you'll get that pack of purple that you desire. I would say apply with your dense brush. Don't use a fluffy brush. You'll be a mess. Since it's a pressed pigment, it's a little moist. So when you press on it, it's a little moist. So you get that moisture there. So let me get a decent amount of product on my hand. There we go. So you're going to get a really big pack of purple. Now if you applied that with a dense brush and you patted it on, I'm telling you, the color is phenomenal. Easy to blend, beautiful color. I think you can find this also, if not available in your country. I believe that this is also available on sites like Drugstore.com and also on eBay, and that's Perpetual Purple by L'Oreal Infallible. Another great choice is the Color Tattoo by Maybelline in Painted Purple. Now this is a cream shadow, and again, dense brush, but you can paint this on. You can just sweep it on. And this color is extremely pigmented, and you do not need a primer for it. No primer necessary. And you could smooth it out, make it lighter, or you can really apply it thick and get that nice thick purple if that's what you want. And again, these two shades you don't need any primer. So instead of spending like $2 to $3 on a primer and then $4 on an eyeshadow, spending $7 and getting one that has both product, you don't need the other product, is also good. Revlon Diamond Lust. Though this is very prone to fall out, if you want a sparkly purple look, then this is your girl. This is the shadow that you want. Again, dense brush, pat on over primer, and you're good. This is without primer. As you can see, it lacks a lot of pigmentation. Apply a tiny drop, literally, of your primer, the primer of your choice. Hold on. I forgot I had the shadow on my hand, so I just kind of mixed that into the primer. Anyway, so the primer is the streak right here. And when you apply it over primer, it's much more pigmented than without primer. You can see the vast difference that a little bit of primer makes. And it also really helped to hold the glitter on, whereas here it's just going to fall off very quickly. Also, if you're picking up your primer from e.l.f. Cosmetics, you can check out Flirty. I believe it's like $2 to $3. It's no more than $5, I can tell you that. And it's a mineral eyeshadow. Again, you want to take your primer, small dot, tiny dot, and you're going to want to just rub that in on your eye. Literally, just like I did that. You can use a brush or you can use your finger, whatever you have at your disposal. And then again, with a dense brush. By the way, you can get a dense brush an eyeshadow brush for $1 on e.l.f. Great way to start out, I can tell you that. And you get that bright color, whereas without it, you barely see anything. Huge difference. Huge. So I would say, like I said, when I started my journey through cosmetics, I started it with e.l.f., where I got my cheap brushes, I got my cheap primer, and as time went on, I realized it's better to invest in better products, but it helped me get those makeup looks I desired then and there. Another product I would suggest is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Pure Pigments in the shade Potent Purple. That's a really great purple shade for fall. You do and don't need primer. Without primer, you're still going to get a lot of purple, but if you pat that over some primer, it's going to be much, much deeper pigmented. It's going to turn a little bit darker. So those are those. And then you can also check out the NYX shade in purple, just says ES32 in purple. This is a really old one. This is back when NYX Cosmetics was like $2.99. This was a long, long time ago, like 2005. Now this shade, you definitely need a primer. That's without primer. Let me show you with primer. What's that? Almost, baby. I'm almost done. And that's with primer. You can see, again, the vast difference. Yes, baby, thank you. Some other brands to check out. Again, well, not brands, but Maybelline has their fall limited edition quad, which is beautiful. I've used this to death. I bought a new one, and I can't find it. But this was one of my favorites. It's the Amethyst Ablaze, and you get all different color purples in here. And they show up with or without primer. Though with primer, of course, they really pop. And I believe this should be still in most drugstores. It retails for about $10 near me, but it might be cheaper near you. But this one's real good to invest in. As you can see, I used it till I hit pan, and I never let anything hit pan. And like I said, if you want some purple, just a pop of purple and mist some other colors, this is very pigmented product. Maybelline Eye Studio Limited Edition Autumn Dream. So pick that up if you'd like some limited edition purple in your wardrobe. But the rest of the shades should be permanent shades. Another shade to pick up, by the way, is from Rite Aid. It's the Jessie's Girl Eye Dust. I don't have the shade here. That's why I wasn't going to show it. But Jessie's Girl has a lot of shades, like shadows like this, and they have a website. Yes, the shipping's like $5.99, but the shadows are super cheap, and they have really good pigmentation as well. So there we go. I think I got you covered in terms of your purples. I got your like reddish purple here, and your another kind of like pinkish purple, your more bluer purples. But I think I got you covered purple-wise. So go explore purple for fall and invest in a primer. Those are my two messages in this post today. Thank you so much for watching, and please follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.
Please swimming.